£2,500.
Fuck off. Seriously? £2,500?
You're 5 minutes late, so you'll need to rebook. There may be a charge.
Rebook? It took me an hour to walk all the way here. I don't care about your policy. I need to see a doctor. This is a disgrace. You're all useless.
Pickpockets! Oh, fucking hell!
You are refusing a disabled child with Tourette's syndrome for saying the word bomb entry onto your Brits Airways plane.
So we are refusing your son and yourselves travel simply based on your safety, the fact that a threat
But you are
has...
understanding it has got Tourette's syndrome.
Yes, and I've said that to you. That's why I'm so sorry.
You are refusing.
I've just received my medical records. And I cannot believe the amount of times that I've visited the GP. And it's truly devastating. Because this could have been picked up so much earlier. And I was gaslit. And nothing was ever investigated. And I was just prescribed medication and sent on my way, and most of the time it was over the phone. It was never even a face-to-face appointment because it was reoccurring issues constantly. And there were things that I found that I'd completely forgotten about. The amount of times that I'd noted back pain, lower abdominal pain, going back to 2011. It's just devastating. I cannot stress enough how important it is that if you feel something isn't right, you follow through with it. You get those answers and you push, because even though I was going every time, I got diagnosed with an anxiety disorder because I was going that frequently. They then tried to pass off this was anxiety. And the whole time I had cancer in my body, growing and fucking spreading everywhere. It makes me so fucking angry. Because these doctors and these medical professionals aren't going to come and apologise to my children, are they? And still to this day, like, I'm just fobbed off, I'm not heard. Oh, are you just a stressy person? That's what I've heard.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted, your fairly frequent reminder that a lot of people in Britain aren't just struggling. They're reaching the end of their tether. Now I keep hearing the same thing from people of all ages. I can't take much more of this. And you know what? I understand exactly what they mean. It's not one thing, it's everything. The food bill, the rent, the mortgage, the electricity, the insurance, The endless bad news, the constant uncertainty, it's pressure from every direction. People aren't carrying one weight anymore, they're carrying 10. The strange thing is that human beings can tolerate a lot. We Brits especially. We've always been good at carrying on, keeping calm, getting through difficult times.
Come near me and watch, you'll get knocked out.
Well, my mama's life go before I knock you.
Why, what you gonna do? Why, what you gonna do?
Racist.
What you gonna do? Oh, my racist, mate. I'm Jamaican, Irish, mate.
You're not Jamaican, you're not in a Jamaica, you fucking fuck.
Why?
You're not in a Jamaica.
I'm British. I was born here, lad. I was born here.
Yo.
Where was you born?
Yo.
Where was you born? Shut up, lad. Shut up, lad. Go back to your charity box. That's how you do it, guys. Knobhead. Fucking knobhead he is.
I know, I saw you, I was there. I'm going to see you around.
Pardon?
I'm going to see you around. Sing.
Okay. Yeah, I've got to set up. It takes a while to set up.
I'm over here.
Patience.
Amy. I'll see you.
It's Alicia,
Alicia.
not Amy. I got to set up. Amy, sing. Okay, I've got the world's biggest sign anyway, and he's still calling me Amy.
Alicia.
I'm setting up.
I'm over here. I'm ready.
How?
Your voice.
Leave me alone. Alicia, I'm here. Okay. Alright, I know you're there.
Next one.
Alright, I'm talking to the live. No, I don't want to be touched. Just leave me to it, alright? I take my time. I'm not in a rush. I appreciate your listening. Don't rush me.
Please sing.
I am singing.
Don't talk about this.
Bloody hell.
Child, under Equality Act 2010,
No.
refuse the child until
We're
blamed
not
for disability.
refusing him, sir, because he's lost disability.
Why are you saying the word though?
We're refusing him because there's been a threat made that he has a bomb in his
Because of
mouth.
a disability,
And I understand
which you were
that.
made aware of.
And I understand that, which is why I've
Sorry, can you just say your name as well?
So my name's Maria, and I'm
Maria.
the airport duty manager for Brits Airways.
Maria, sorry.
So
Maria,
because
what's your name?
for legalities and protection of my family, I'm not allowed to tell you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. And is there anyone senior or a legal I'm accountable to?
I'm the airport duty manager, sir, for Brits Airways.
to clarify,
Yeah.
you're telling me that a child with disability is never allowed to fly on a plane ever, not allowed on public transport.
No, I haven't said that, sir.
So he's not allowed on British Airways flight, is that what we're saying?
So, sir, today he's been refused travel only based off of security and safety of the welfare of our other customers, yourselves, and our cabin crew, because
I
he has
can
said.
clarify he has been through security and ain't been fully checked as any other
I understand that, but unfortunately, because of the threats made on multiple occasions up at the gate and down at the aircraft, we have to take it incredibly seriously.
And I have to take this incredibly seriously. And in all due respect,
And I understand
you
why
wouldn't
you're
have your job
upset.
tomorrow if that's on display. And I mean that. You honestly, you wouldn't have your job tomorrow if we're not displayed. Who can we speak to tonight? You were speaking to somebody.
Today I am the most
But you were speaking to somebody.
Spotted 2 pickpockets looking for cheese from this bag and that pocket until we have seen enough.
Let's detain them straight away. Stay here. Both of you.
You're detained for attempted theft.
Okay.
Stay here. Take your fake hijab off, please. Take your hijab off, sunglasses off, you're exposed.
I know you. Do you remember
me? Do you know me?
We got 2 pickpockets right here. Shame on them. Shame on them.
You baby. You baby. You fucking fat.
You're not a woman. You have a mustache. You guys are stealing from innocent people. How do you feel about that?
Nothing.
Well, I have you on camera. What about that?
No stealing.
You're about to get locked up. They won't let you out. How many people have you stolen from today? Yes, show that fat ass. Show that fat ass. Yeah. You see, you have some moves. You should be working at a strip club, not steal from innocent people. Why you keep twerking? Are you a stripper? Are you a stripper as well? How long have you been doing this career path?
I speak
I saw you August last year stealing people.
August last year. That's not good, not good. Is that your hand? You're bad at your job. You need to go back to pickpocket school because you're bad at your job. Give me one reason to spray you. Please, try running away. Try running away, please. I want to spray you so bad. Show your innocent face to the world, please. Show the face to the world. Oh, fucking hell. That's a reason good enough for me.
Police eventually arrived and put the rats back in the cage.
I just said no to taking a parcel in for my neighbours. And I feel bad now, but when I opened the door, the man was like, oh, can you take this for the house over there? So it wasn't even my neighbour, it was like 4 houses down. And it was this massive box, like my height, massive box. And I was like, is it that box there? He was like, yeah. I said, no, I can't take that. I've got no room. And he went, really? 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 No, I don't have the space for that in my hallway. But then I came inside and now I'm like, was that really horrible? I don't know, was that really mean?
I'm a cheapskate and today I'm making spaghetti bolognese for my partner. So he's just got home from work and he's absolutely starving. So first off, we're gonna boil the mince. I did notice it was slightly out of date, but it smelled absolutely fine to me. Theo disagreed, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. So we're going to add some pasta into our boiled mince. Unfortunately, I haven't got a bigger pan, so we're just going to have to snap it. I do apologise to the Italians. We're going to add 1 OXO cube, a little bit of honey. He's got a very sweet tooth, our Theo. Some sugar and then some salt as well. And I'm going to chuck some garlic bread into the air fryer for him as well for a side dish. Again, I'm going to have to snap it in half because the air fryer is not big enough. So that's been boiling away now for about 10 minutes. We're going to give it another 10 minutes and then we're going to dish it up. Now, for the sauce, I really can't be bothered to make it from scratch, so we're just going to use some tomato ketchup. He literally loves tomato ketchup, so it's a win-win situation. So into the pot it goes, add your ketchup. Theo has got his own account called Stingy Steve. Head over to his TikTok channel to see him demolish this meal. Until tomorrow, peace. Smile.
Right, I've just had a very disturbing situation. I heard somebody, I live in a flat, okay, this is my daughter's flat, she owns it, I pay rent to live here. She lives in Dubai. And I've been in here, it's about 18 months now. Up until this point, I pay electric because everything's electric here. Anyway, I heard a load of banging going on downstairs in the hallway a minute ago and I thought, who the hell is that? Because whoever comes in the building has to come in via an entry phone and either ring a bell for someone to let them in or put a door code in, right? But I could hear someone banging on someone's door and there's only like there's only 4 flats in this building. So I thought, right, so I've got my keys, I went out into the hallway and then I went right down to the bottom and I could see a guy standing there and I said, oh, can I help you? And he said, oh, I'm here to read the gas meter. I'm on an appointment. And I said, well, we don't have gas in this building. I said, we're all electric. And he said, oh, that's weird. And he read the address out, and it was, I won't say which flat, but it was the flat and the right address. And I was like, right. I said, well, I've never paid gas. And I said, I've never had a gas bill. No one's ever come to me for gas. And I haven't ever been cut off if I'm on gas. So I was like, right, okay, well, this is a bit worrying. So anyway, we went outside the building. He looked around the flat that he was supposed to be visiting. He said, well, I can't actually see any gas pipes. He said, but I can see a vent up there. And he says, which tells me it's a vent for gas. So I'm like, okay, well, I've never paid the gas bill. I said, and my daughter was convinced we were just on electric. And so I said, I'm going to have an astronomical gas bill. And I said, but then surely if I hadn't paid the gas bill for 18 months, someone would have chased up for it. And if they haven't chased up for it, surely they would have been cutting me off because I hadn't paid it. I mean, obviously not intentionally. Anyway, I said to him, look, while you're here, will you do me a favour? Can you just come up and have a look at my boiler? I said, because I'm pretty sure it's just, I don't know, electric. Even my husband thought it was electric, right? He's a fucking plumber, for Christ's sake. Well, he's not a plumber by trade, but he did the course when he was a kid. Anyway, so he comes in the flat, I show him the boiler, and he looked underneath and he went, yeah, you got gas. I was like, oh my God. So I'm just like, I've been here 18 months. I said, I haven't paid a gas bill in my life. And I said, my heating bill, I have the heating on all the time. I'm like, oh my God. So he just said to me, I'm not being funny, love. He said, but the fact they haven't chased you up for it, he said, I just won't bother. Don't bother saying anything. I'm like, yeah, but I can't, because that's now sitting on my conscience now, because I'm really stressing. Guys, help. What do you think? I mean, he's a gas man. He knows there's a gas going in there, so he's not stupid. He knows what he's doing. I'm the bloody stupid one, obviously. Oh, I'm just going to have to ring my daughter quickly, find out from her. What a numpty. Oh my God, this bill. Anyway, stay tuned, because there will definitely be a part 2 to this, because if I'm not in jail.
I was refused entry at my child's school. So they have a play every single year when they're in year 3. And my child is in a split class in primary school, so they share with year 4s. Don't know if it's going well. Probably wouldn't recommend, but that's what they're trying this year. I don't think they have the staff or the funding. So their Easter production this year was split between 2 classes. So they sent out an email saying that you had to reserve a spot. Obviously, I'm 4 months postpartum and have a brain like a sieve. So I didn't. Completely slipped my mind. However, I did make it there. Which I didn't do last weekend at one of her other performances, because she does a club outside of school where she does performing arts, musical theatre. Dropped them off, strolling around Tesco's doing my weekly shop with Jessie. Went to go pick them up. I'd missed the whole performance because I've got the weekends mixed up. So I made sure I put it in my calendar this time, because God forbid I missed something else. Like the mum guilt, it's real, isn't it? It's real. We have like a list up to here. And it's not that, it's the laundry, isn't it? Like, you're just surrounded in laundry, or is that just me? But anyway, so I got to the school. My kid's Mary, alright? She's Mary, like. Hide my name. She's Mary. I'm like, oh my God. Get there. I was like, I'm going to get on the front row. Not the front row, because that'll completely put her off, but second from front row. So I'm sitting there, 3 people in from the queue. Receptionist there with this big list. List? What's the list? So and so. Oh, hello. Yeah, you're here to see Joshua. Yeah, you're on the list. Oh, you're here to see Damien. You're on the list. She sees me. She knows me. My kids have been going there since 2019. Sorry, I was rudely interrupted. As per, because I have a million children. So yeah, then he gets to me and she goes, oh, Chrissy. And I'm like, oh yeah. At this point, I'm thinking, fuck. I've not reserved my spot. Oh, I can't see you. Oh. Obviously, she's thinking, she's not going to forget. Mum's got it together. I speak to her all the time. She's the one that rings me and brings in their packed lunch when they've forgotten it and actually cares about her kids. Your name's not on the list. Have you not booked a ticket? Oh no, I forgot. Hell broke loose. Her tone dropped. She looked at me. well, you're gonna have to step aside then, because you didn't, you know, you didn't. I went, oh, sorry, I forgot. I don't know what you want me to do. Well, you need to step aside. I said, well, I'm going to see her. She's Mary. She's like, I don't care if she's the king at this point. You're gonna have to step aside. So I'm a bit like, okay, I'm sorry. I got it wrong, but I didn't break the law. I didn't break the law, but what do you think? I did eventually get to go and see my kid, and do you know what the funny thing is, the motto of the story? There was about 12 spare seats, so either it wasn't fully booked, or people were booking seats and not turning up. But what do you think? Am I in the wrong, or am I in the right? I can kind of see both sides, but I'm in the right, obviously. But yeah, comment what you think. I'm intrigued, and if you are intrigued, we've got stag bowl dinner. Oh no, I didn't drain the beds.
I took my son to Karen's Diner for his 8th birthday. I took him there because I thought, do you know what? He's an 8-year-old boy. They love to be a bit cheeky, a bit rude. I'll give him full permission to go out for a burger and chips and be rude to the wait staff, and they'll be rude back. So we go in, we sit down, they put the party hats on us. His says Man City fan because he's wearing a Man United shirt, and I had one that said, I wish I'd had a daughter. They write it on the hat and put it on you. And as we're sitting there ordering our food, and he's very cheekily going like this at the wait staff and thinking it's really hilarious, this family walk in. So it's a dad, his 2 kids, and his elderly parents. And the elderly parents had no idea what was going to happen. He clearly hadn't told them. So the older lady, and they must have been like late 80s, the older lady's like initially horrified, but then finds it funny and starts playing along. And her husband just finds it hilarious. And they sit down across from us on another table. What I didn't know about Karen's Diner is they actually get you playing games during your dinner, and all the wait staff join in, which was horrifying for me because I'm such an introvert and I did not know I was going to have to get involved in any of this. And they did this wheel, and you spin the wheel and it lands on like a dare, and you have to do the dare. So they pick on me, and they spin the wheel, and it's karaoke. Now, bear in mind, I'm there with my 8-year-old son. I don't drink, so I'm entirely sober, and it's like 6 p.m. on a weeknight. And this family is sitting over there. And what I didn't mention is that the dad of this family was possibly the hottest man I've ever seen in my life. So I was like, oh, he's fit. Anyway, spin the wheel, I get karaoke. I do not sing. Like, I cannot sing to save my life, but especially not sober. So they asked me in front of this whole crowd, including my son, if I prefer men or women. And I was like, what is happening right now? I didn't answer, so they just presumed men. And I was dared to sing Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You to my choice of man in the restaurant. And the goal was to sing in a way that would get him excited, physically excited. And obviously I wasn't going to choose like the hottest man on earth. So the waiter chose for me and chose his elderly dad. So I either had a choice. I was like, I can embarrass myself by singing, or I can embarrass myself even more by not singing. So somehow I stood there in front of my 8-year-old son, trying to make the hot guy's 90-year-old dad erect in front of his 90-year-old wife. I did it. I didn't get him, well, as far as I know. The guy made a joke, in fact. The elderly guy said, well, that would be the first time in 20 years. So I'm assuming I did not rise anything. But I was stood there with like the hottest man in the world stood next to me, his 90-year-old impotent father beside me, and the guy's wife. And I did it. And we very quickly finished our meals and we left. And I will never go back to Karen's Diner because while I have my extroverted moments, that is not one of them. And I think I'm still slightly traumatized. So enjoy my humiliation.
this is a sad video, but it's the truth. We've been to Butlins like 5-6 times before, and we've always had a really good time. This time was not it. When I arrived, I checked my welcome email and I realised they don't do luggage trolleys anymore. So no matter how much luggage you have to walk it across the park because they also put you so far away from your room. They used to give you your welcome pack when you drive in. They don't do that anymore. You have to go to the new VR place. And I assume that is just so you can see the VR place and your kids say, can I go in that? Can I go in that? So you have to park up, walk there, walk back to your car and then walk all your stuff in. I was on my own when I arrived this time, 31 weeks pregnant, 2 kids, a carload and a full food shop, and I had to walk it to cover the sofa with sheets because there's no freaking way I wanted to look at that. Anyway, that's the state of the rooms as you've just seen. We've always stayed in the seaside apartments or the hotels before. I thought I'd try those out and I regret it big time. But you would think that the level of cleanliness would be the same throughout the park, so that was a bit of a shock. I literally got there and I thought, oh my God, I've literally just unloaded the whole car and now look at the state of it. This was upon further inspection where I realised that they had just cut the burn out of one place and replaced it with a bit of carpet from the other place. And the state of the carpets, God, as an ex-carpet cleaner, I was just like, ugh. I definitely told everyone to keep their shoes on the whole time. Anyway, we thought we'll just use that as a base. Let's go out and have some fun. There wasn't very much fun to be had. I feel like they've put so much effort now into all the VR stuff. They haven't put much effort into the shows and stuff. For instance, look at the arcade. Like, there was just nothing for the kids to win. One of the shows was even cancelled and they said, oh, the show's cancelled due to whatever. But there still will be a meet and greet, so you can still get your photos. And like, why do the kids want photos? They want to watch the show before they get the photos, you know what I mean? Anyway, the rides, they all closed at like 10 to 5 inside and it was raining outside. So you couldn't really use the rides outside. And then not all the rides were open inside, but the ones that were open, they closed at like 10 to 5 each day. So that was also naff. Just as a whole, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. We didn't get the same experiences we've had before. On the last day, the fun fair wasn't open. The only thing that was open was the paid for things like the go-kart. The vibe this time was just crap. It was not clean. Everything seemed to be more expensive than every other time we've come, which you kind of expect within reason, but Adeline just preferred to go in the bin than stay. So I'm kind of glad because at least the kids won't ask to go back to Butlins anymore.
I am absolutely fuming. Anyone with children will know and understand this. So basically, it's really difficult to get a doctor's appointment here in the UK. Getting one, it's just hard. It's really tough. So my daughter's unwell. She's 16 years old and she has got plans to move on from the school that she's in and go to another sixth form, but it's really difficult to get into this sixth form. So the intention is get into school as much as you can, because to get accepted into it you need good grades and you need your attendance to be really good. So even though she's unwell, we've got this agreement that you're going to do whatever you can, get into school and be there, make sure your attendance is good, which I have been pushing her to do. You know, you're like, anyway, this morning off she's gone and I've managed to get her an emergency doctor's appointment. Now I think I'm doing the right thing sending my daughter to school. It's not a contagious thing, by the way. This isn't contagious. It's girls' problems, but it's a lot and it cripples her. So it's really hard for her to get there. But just trying to get her to show up and do the right thing. So off she goes, got an emergency doctor's appointment, and I messaged the school in the manner that they tell you to do so, to explain that she'll need to leave at a certain time because she needs this doctor's appointment. Done all of that. I told her to go to reception and I would be outside to pick her up. So at the time I'm supposed to be outside to pick her up, I can't hear from my daughter. And I'm like, what's going on? The time that we have to get this done is very small. I'm a full-time working mum, and so always juggling, trying to get a lot done in a small amount of time, and don't have time to be hanging around, nor can I miss this appointment. So outside, and the school have rung me and said Jada said that she'd like to leave school for an appointment. I said yes, she's got a medical appointment. We've got an emergency appointment at last and she needs to leave. So she said, no, I can't release her. What do you mean you can't release her? I'm her mother and I'm telling you that she's got a medical appointment. She needs to leave. She needs to bloody leave. So all the backwards and forwards in, and they won't let my daughter leave school to go to the doctors. I'm fuming because by the time we got through all of the red tape and the bureaucracy, she'd missed the appointment. And then what do you think happened when we got to the doctors? Would they see her? No. Now I'm running late for work. It was all a shit show and we haven't even completed the simple task that needed to be completed because there's too many fucking rules and regulations in place, and it's my bloody daughter. So yeah, ran over. Please let me know what your thoughts are on this.
Right guys, I've got 10 minutes to get this out, and like, I don't know whether I'm angry, I'm shocked, I'm very angry, and I need to get this out. So
Today I went out for to meet a couple of girls at a park in Hyde Park, Kensington Gardens actually we went to. Thought we'd have a little picnic and just chill out. So the first instance I get into the taxi and I get a taxi driver who's just being weird. Keeps looking back, talking to me, just asking me questions. They ask the questions like, do you live on your own? Just things I don't need to know. So that was just weirded out, keeps looking back, like sizing me up and down kind of thing. And it was just like, oh, I need to get out of this cab. Go to Kensington Gardens. We find a secluded little spot in there under a tree, just kind of around the back. There's still families, we can hear music and stuff like that, but we're just there, me and two other girls. And then this guy comes along and he just keeps staring as he's coming up, walking past. So being sarcastic, he's walking past, I say, you all right? And he just kind of looks and he's like, yeah. And then as he's walking away, he just keeps looking back. And then probably gets about 20 steps away from us on this little rabbit path where he needs to go out now. And he just lies on the ground. And then there's like a little bit of long grass and he's just staring over at us the whole time. Just staring over at us. So he's went there for about half an hour just lying in the grass. And then he gets up and goes away. Then, give it about 5-10 minutes later, you get a guy that comes out of the bushes, walks up towards us, and he's got a bag on his back, which I will post a video of him after, because I did get a video of him. And we're doing a TikTok video, and we're just doing this little dance thing. There's a tree in front of us. He goes...
But even the most patient people have limits. Eventually the kettle starts whistling, and that's what we're seeing. People snapping. Not necessarily in dramatic ways, just becoming exhausted, irritable, fed up, losing patience with things they would have ignored 10 years ago. Part of it is financial. The cost of living has become relentless. For years now, people have been told things will improve, yet many feel they're running harder just to stand still. The finish line keeps moving. But it's not only money. It's the pace of life. The constant stream of information, the social media outrage, the arguments, the feeling that every week brings a fresh crisis. Years ago, people got their news once or twice a day. Now, bad news arrives every few minutes, right into your pocket, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The world never stops shouting at you. And then people wonder why anxiety is up, why tempers are shorter, why everyone seems permanently stressed. Well, perhaps because modern life has become an endurance event. We're all expected to run a marathon while carrying shopping bags full of bills. Most people don't want luxury. They don't want perfection. They want stability. A sense that hard work is worth it. A feeling that next year might be a bit better than this year. When people lose confidence in that idea, frustration starts building. And that's why so many Brits seem to be reaching breaking point. Not because they're weak, not because they're lazy, but because years of financial pressure, social tension, uncertainty, and constant noise would wear down almost anyone. Blighty hasn't run out of resilience, but a lot of people are running low on patience. Cheerio everyone, and try not to snap. I will see you all in the next video.